season. 2 wins from 2 in League and Cup, and they've an exciting new arrival in Tommy Conway, signed yesterday from Bristol City.
Well, Pride Park became a fortress for Derby at the end of last season. They won their final 6 home games. Could they carry that form into the Championship against tough opposition? Commentary from Courtney Sweetman-Kirk and Andy Bishop.
Paul Warne makes just the one change from the side, which started against Blackburn last Friday night. That change sees James Collins come into the side, which means a different role for summer signing Caden Jackson, who started through the middle at Ewood Park, but today will begin out wide. Well, as for Middlesbrough, just the one change made by Michael Carrick from the side, which started last Saturday in the Championship against Swansea at the Riverside. He brings summer signing Bergzorg, who scored at Leeds in the Carabao Cup in midweek, into the side. Riley McGree not involved today. This is the day that Derby fans had circled in their calendar, but a real test for them against Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough. It'll be interesting to see the way in which Middlesbrough go about their business here today. At Swansea last weekend, they didn't have a great deal of the ball. Osborne steps in for Derby. Latte trying to make life difficult, and he does just that. And it is a tight turnaround for Middlesbrough, having been in action on Wednesday night. In comes the corner. These players still really working their way towards full fitness, and a dreadful back pass here, and the door open for Derby. Caden Jackson, can he find the finish? He goes round Dieng and slots it in. Calmly done by Caden Jackson, but it was an absolute gift. My word, Courtney, he still had plenty to do there, Caden Jackson, when he picked up possession.
He composes himself, takes his time, goes round Dieng, doesn't panic. Just about putting the ball in the back of the net.
Into the final minute of the 5 to be added on at the end of this first half, and it's Azaz who is the target. It might break for Jones here. He works the 1-2 very nicely indeed with Azaz. Kept out by Vickers, but there's still a threat here. Bergzorg's shot charged down.
Sometimes that does work when you play in or you play in front, then change it up. You see this from Azaz, he's stretching the play initially, it comes off the defender, but then that little touch back into his teammate. Nice controlled finish. I see what he's trying to do.
Derby back in shape, and again we can see just how deep they are. Happy to sit here to try and protect what they have. Might be a chance to get a strike away, and again using Derby plenty of concern.
Don't get me wrong, Vickers has to save it, although it's not a bad strike.
Seems to be travelling deceptively quick there from Hayden Hackney, who clips a clever ball in here for Bergzorg. Derby have got their hands up for offside, and they get their wish. Middlesbrough denied an equaliser. The offside flag raised on the far side, and Derby did seem fairly confident that they were going to get that decision. We've crossed the midway point in the second half. That was Zaz. He touches it off to Hackney. Congested in and around the edge of the Derby box. The strike comes in, it takes a deflection and crashes off the post. Good fortune for Derby County there. Middlesbrough inches away from an equalising goal.
It's one of those, if you're Middlesbrough, you cannot believe it, but for Derby, you looks in.
If Derby deal with this, they'll have themselves 3 championship points. Barlassa's ball into the box. And the header, who got the final touch? It doesn't matter. The day that Derby fans were dreaming of, a return of championship football to Pride Park. And they pick up all 3 points. Full-time score, Derby County 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Well, we talked before the game about Derby's excellent home form that helped them win promotion from League One at the end of last season. What a week it's been here at Pride Park. A first week, Paul, a win in the Carabao Cup and then a championship victory today.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to say the Championship victory was a lot harder. A well-fought game. Like Middlesbrough are really an excellent side. I think everybody in the stadium could witness that today. So the lads had to work really hard out of possession. I think we rode our luck a couple of times as well. So really proud of the lads. They gave everything, as did the fans. And I think everyone leaves the ground like 10 years older. It felt like one of them games that is like, wow, please blow the whistle. So a really nice way to start, you know, back in this league.
I thought generally we played okay. I thought in spells we were very good and we looked really dangerous and just couldn't quite that final action really with the chances. Unlucky a couple of times and obviously hitting the woodwork. And you know, there was good things in there. And it's 1 week of the season. We've had two league games, so it's nothing extreme at this stage. But certainly we don't want to be putting ourselves in the position where we're giving ourselves too much to do too often.
I've always tried to sign Caden. I've been in touch with him for about 7 years. I tried to. Ipswich nicked him off me when he left Accrington, so I was devastated. But he's always been a player that I've wanted because I know that he can score goals. But he's a real athlete and a real determined young man who wants to win games. But for him to get that goal and not to panic, and because the whole world feels like they're watching you when you clean through, is credit to him and credit to who he is as a man.
You've made additions to your team, one just in the last day or so in Tommy Conway, who got a run. What can he offer you?
Yeah, we're delighted to have Tommy, you know, and we feel like we've got good choices and flexibility and variety across the front line. And, you know, sometimes it takes a bit of time, so it's not a switch you can flick and everything's great and whoever settles in is going to settle in straight away. But certainly with Tommy and Micah coming in recently, I think we've added to the squad and we're improving, and hopefully we'll keep building as the season goes.